Listen carefully, because if you don't understand this, you might stay broke longer than you should. You've been told your whole life, stay away from debt. Debt is dangerous. Debt will ruin your life. But here's the truth no one is telling you. The rich don't follow that advice. They break it every single day. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how they do it. So don't skip this, because each strategy builds on the next. So let me ask you something. Are you staying safe, or are you staying stuck? Because what you're about to learn can completely change how you see money. Welcome to the Human in Progress, where personal evolution creates millionaires. If you want to understand how money really works, how the wealthy think, and how you can start applying it in your own life, then make sure you're subscribed, like, and share this video with friends and family, because this is where your transformation begins. Today, we're breaking down 5 ways rich people make money with debt, and more importantly, how each one works. So pay close attention, because this isn't just a video. This is a blueprint the richest people use to stay on top. And if you miss even one of these, you miss the full picture. 1. Real estate leveraging. Let's start simple. But don't underestimate this one, because this is where many fortunes begin. Real estate. Investors don't always buy property with their own money. Instead, they use a small amount of their own capital and a much larger amount borrowed from the bank. How it works. The tenant's rent covers the mortgage payments, and anything left over becomes profit. Over time, the property increases in value, and the investor builds equity, all while benefiting from potential tax advantages. Now think about this. What if someone else could pay off your investment while you keep the asset? 2. Borrowing against assets, portfolio lending. Now here's where things get interesting. What if you never had to sell your investments just to access cash? Wealthy individuals use their stocks or real estate as collateral to borrow money at low interest rates. How it works. Instead of selling and paying taxes, they borrow against their assets and use that cash to invest even further. And here's the key. If the return on the new investment is higher than the interest on the loan, they profit from the difference. So ask yourself, are you thinking about selling assets to survive or using them to grow even more? Because that decision changes everything. 3. Business expansion and finance. Now let's shift. Most people think you need a lot of money to grow a business, but the wealthy, they use debt. How it works. They borrow money to expand operations, buy inventory, or scale their business. If the business generates more profit than the cost of the loan, then the growth is essentially funded by borrowed money, while the owner keeps the gains. Let me ask you, what if the only thing slowing you down is hesitation? 4. Buying profitable companies, leveraged buyouts. Now this is a different level. Imagine buying a company without using much of your own money. That's exactly what leveraged buyouts allow. How it works. Investors use the company's own assets as collateral to secure the loan needed to acquire it. Then the profits from that same company are used to pay back the debt, meaning you can end up owning a profitable business that essentially paid for itself. Think about that. Would you still say you need money to make money? 5. Buy, borrow, strategy. Finally, this is where everything connects. How it works. They buy assets, hold them as they grow in value, and instead of selling, they borrow against them to fund their lifestyle. Because they never sell, they avoid capital gains taxes. The outcome, when the assets are passed down, they receive a stepped-up basis, meaning most of the tax on gains is eliminated. So let me ask you, what if wealth wasn't just about making money, but about keeping it intelligently? So here you have it. 5 ways rich people make money with debt. 1. Real estate leveraging. 2. Borrowing against assets. 3. Business expansion with debt. 4. Leveraged buyouts. 5. Buy, borrow, die. But here's the real question. Which one are you going to act on? The truth is, debt isn't the enemy. Misunderstanding it is. If you're ready to start thinking differently, to use tools instead of fearing them, then subscribe to The Human in Progress and share this video to someone who needs it. I know you know someone. Because this is where you learn to evolve, not just mentally, but financially. Because the life you want will always belong to the person who knows how to use what others are afraid of. And remember, this isn't just information. It's a blueprint you can start applying today.